What's going on, everybody? This is your host, Rob, and welcome to the first episode of the From My Experience podcast. We're still the same core people. I just decided to go in a different direction with the name change for markability purposes and for exposure purposes. So now we're known as From My Experience, which speaks a lot, because that's where our information and our knowledge comes from. I mean, we do a little bit of fact checking, but a lot of stuff we talk about really comes from personal experience. So that's really another one of the main reasons why I changed the name. Thank you, those of you who are listening, who's been rocking with us since She Said, He Said. That YouTube channel will still be up if you want to look at those old episodes. The old episodes will also be on SoundCloud. But as far as From My Experience, I will have to start a new YouTube page. So that's what you're on now if you're listening to this, unless you're on SoundCloud. So yeah, that's it. I have a special guest with me today, Shinwar. How are you, man?
What's going on, brother? Thanks for having me. I'm doing well. How you feeling?
Good, man. I need to apologize to you on the show because we've been doing this for a while, over a year, and I haven't had you on, man. And you've been getting on me. You was like, I ain't been on the show, yo. So
right. You didn't want me to shine.
Yep.
This brother didn't want me to shine.
Well,
it's all about timing. It's all good. It's all about timing.
I know. I picked a good time too, man. So we gonna get right into it. So today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna talk about a time, or not even a time, just saving your friends from themselves. So I know that's like, what is he talking about? Saving someone from themselves. What I mean by that is, a lot of the times as people, we think we have things under control when we don't. We think we know best when we don't. And that can lead to a lot of trouble and issues for you down the road if you're not careful. So today we're just going to share some experiences and maybe some stories, not too much, not too much, but just some stuff that we've experienced in terms of that. So I'm going to let my guest go first unless he wants me to go first, either or.
Go ahead, brother.
I knew you was gonna do that. Oh, hold on,
You're the
y'all.
host.
Well, shoot. I hate to not really sour the mood, but I've had friends who've been kind of quote unquote caught up in the street life, if you know what I mean, and doing things of that nature. And I've had to really, pull them to the side because. Now, if you know me as a person, that's not normally the element I deal with. I typically deal with people of a certain personality type. We get along, we have like-mindedness, and we basically are on the same wavelength. Like, we both have that greater understanding of quote-unquote life. However, everyone's path to life is different. Everyone's exposure to things is different. So sometimes people get stuck between a rock and a hard place and they feel as though they got to do what they got to do. I mean, I've been there myself, you know what I'm saying? But once you get to a certain level and you have those people around you that you care about, you got to remind them of, why we're friends is because we think alike, because we know that there's a better way. We know that there's opportunity for us. We have a sense of self-worth and value. So, when you lose that, you just don't care. You out here doing whatever. So I've had a couple friends, man, I had to pull to the side and just say, yo, like, you're really wilding. Like, you can't be doing this. Like, what if you get caught? Think about your family, this, that, and the third. Like, it's been a lot of stuff. And it's kind of like, some of them I've been able to really save and talk to, and some of them I haven't. You know what I mean? I haven't lost anyone to... like as far as death or anything like that, but I have lost some friendships because it's like I can only associate myself with so many things or so much of a certain element before I'm like, hold on, yo, what you're doing might affect what I'm trying to do, so I can't be associated with that. So yeah, I've had that happen. That's just on a more serious level. What about you, man? Or can you relate to that?
Is my mic on?
Yeah, your mic is on.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Nah, Well, I think first, when we look at the word friend, it's really a person who seeks another person's highest good. That's a friend.
Where
You know
you
what
get
I'm
that
saying?
definition from? Webster's?
My pastor.
Oh.
From back in the day. So, when you talk about friends, you want to see your friend succeed. You want to see your friend be prosperous. You want to see seek your friend's highest good. So when you see your friend making wrong decisions, when you see your friend, as you say, heading in the wrong direction, you would be wrong if you didn't interject and say something.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, why would I let you do that? And the bigger point than that is being able to be transparent with your friend. So if you speak in truth and speaking from your heart, and he's like, yo, my man, like, I see you, I wouldn't advise that. My thing is, I try not to tell anybody to do anything. I say, hey, this is my recommendation.
Word.
You can either take it or you could throw it out. You know what I'm saying? Because,
same here.
Right. A lot of times we can't see things. We can't see things from the inside. So sometimes it takes a person from the outside that may have a different perspective. They can see something different. And so you say, yo, my man, like bro, you my brother, I want the best for you, but I think if you keep going in this direction, it's not going to be a good look for you.
Yep.
And that's just an example, but I could say one situation from my experience is one of my brothers who I reconnected with last year in November. He was going through a situation in his marriage, and it really broke my heart. And I was like, Dad, he's really feeling it. Then he was feeling it. Now he's better.
Okay.
But one of the things I was telling him was, because he wanted to, and he could have, but he didn't. But so pretty much, his marriage was a little rocky, and his wife did some crazy stuff, and he pretty much was like, oh, so if you're gonna do you, I'm gonna do me. So I told him, well, don't compromise your integrity, don't compromise your character just because she messed up, because now obviously we know two wrongs don't make a right. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that happened only because I saw something, and I was like, I had to judge it. I'm like, nah, my brother, don't do it. Don't do it. So, yeah, and that's what a friend does. And also with friends, you have to be able to not only be transparent, but you're going to have to be able to take criticism.
Yep. You can't be my friend if you can't take criticism. You know that.
You got to take criticism. And it's not meant to hurt the person, but it's meant to say, okay, you know what? There needs to be some changes, my brother or my sister. There needs to be changes. So, that's all.
Yeah, yo. I mean, you hit the nail on the head, yo. Like, when you want, the best, or you seeking the best in someone, that's it right there, man. You got to be there for them, number one. Number two, you got to keep it real. Like, a lot of people can't take the real. A lot of people get upset, and, oh, you're jealous, this, that, and the third. And it's like, nah, like, I've seen this movie before. It doesn't end well.
Yeah.
It doesn't end well, you know what I'm saying? And then that also, it tells a lot about the friendship in general. I've seen people, it's funny, I've helped a lot of people who I haven't been the closest or the tightest of friends with, and they're like, dang, man, I got people that's been around me for years, and no one would have ever said that to me. I appreciate you for stepping up. And I was like, yeah, man, I mean, because at the end of the day, either we still gonna be cool or we not. I mean, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good regardless, because I feel like we come into each other's lives for a reason. And I lost the mission. We come into each other's lives for a reason. You know what I mean? Some people stay forever. Some people just stay for a season, I guess. But I think there's a lesson to be learned in all of that. And I'm fine with that, man. But it's about the greater good. You know what I'm saying? Like, friends, it's funny. Friends become more and more important as you get older, too. Like, I used to be an educator. Some of y'all who know that. I never used to talk about it, but I don't do it anymore. So now I can speak a little bit more freely about it.
That's the profession. Bro.
Had to get out, yo. Like the movie. Nah, but but it's funny when you talk to kids and you talk to them about the concept of friendship and they deal with small situations like their friend copying their homework or their friend doing something and they take up for them, this, that, and the third. And I tried to teach them those lessons early. I'm like, look, if that's really your friend should not be putting you in a position to where you would have to compromise yourself for the sake of them. That's not a friend. I'm not going to do anything that's going to put my friends or my friendships in harm's way. That's not a friend. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I know they're too young to understand that. And then I tell them, you know, if you're lucky, by the time you matriculate through all of your years of education, like your elementary school friends, you might end up with one. I literally have like 2 friends from elementary school. 2. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of them get real upset and they care and they're crying. I'm like, look, you got middle school, you got high school, you're gonna meet, and I was like, if you go to college, you're gonna meet thousands more people. So
right.
You know, and that goes back to your point. You know, you're exposed to a lot of people, you're exposed to a lot of things, so you have opportunities to choose. Like you got to have that self-love and that self-value, and you have to be able to know, look, you know what I'm saying, this person might not be good for me. Like, I love you,
yeah,
we get along, we're cool. Because I've had some people that was like brothers, like literally brothers, like ride or die, like, yo, I'll load the hammer for you, like brothers. But yeah, for real. But you know, people get set in their ways. They don't want to listen, and then when things don't go their way, they want to place the blame on others instead of taking responsibility, which is my biggest pet peeve. If you're someone who can't ever take responsibility for your actions, I can't deal with you on any level. That is the most. That is just like one of the most vile and foul things to me, is someone who just has no sense of responsibility. Another situation. Let me think of another situation. It's just so much saving that needs to go on. I've been saved by friends too, yo. My problem, I was too nice. Like people would ask me for stuff or ask me for favors because I would never say no. Like that was me. Like I would never say no, and I had to have some friends. They're like, well, you're too nice, and I'm like, well, you're my friend, blah blah blah. And they're like, yeah, I understand that, but you have to understand this too. If something's a true inconvenience for you or you can't do it, it's okay to say no. Our friendship isn't gonna end because you told me no. And see, and that might have stemmed from when I was younger, because some people would, you know what I'm saying, like well, you're not my friend if you don't do this. Like, yeah, used to see that on the shows in the 90s growing up. Evan, if you want to be my friend, you'll put these drugs over there. You know what I'm saying?
That voice, yo.
Yeah, stuff like that, yo. But I'm gonna flip it real quick. When it comes to dealing with friends in general, do you have any female friends?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I need
yeah.
the way you say. Oh. Yeah, one of my best friends is actually a female. Do you think when it comes to like giving them advice or talking to them or trying to help them out, do you take a different approach or you treat them like one of the homeboys?
Well, you know, women are different from men.
Yeah.
So, I take a different approach.
Okay.
I take a different approach, yeah.
And that would be?
How I may word certain things. True. How I may say some things, some things.
True.
I think with women, obviously they want to be heard, they want to be understood. Guys, we just out here, we cackling, chatting. With women, they want to. Okay, men, we're straightforward.
Yeah.
Women, you got to dig, my brother. You got to dig. So you better get the shovel, and it's gonna take you.
Wait, get the what, yo?
Better get the digging, brother. Get the shovel and get the digging, because the thing is, it's gonna take some time. And the thing like with men, men don't like to open up to other men. But if you have that rapport or whatever, you can get straight to the issue, bada bing, bada boom. With women, it's gonna take a little while. It's gonna take some time. It may take some days.
Years.
You know what I'm saying? It may take some years. So, but yeah, I take a different approach because, women are emotional. So it just be prepared to really listen. And there may be times when they don't want you to say a word. Just listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very true, man. And I've had homegirls like that. They just call me and just vent. Now me, I'm a little. I try to. I would say I used to more so than I do now. I used to really try to cater to people as individuals as far as when I talk to them and try to give them advice. But I came to found that that's not always the best thing. I try to go, straight into it. Like, because a lot of my homegirls are like me, straight to the point. Because I'd say this all the time. If you expect me to read between the lines, then you're going to be waiting for an eternity. Because I'm just not good at it. I can't do it. I know how to pull back some layers. I know how to read signs where it's like I'm not ready to talk about this yet, or I'm uncomfortable. Okay, I'm not gonna pry. However, I'm not gonna keep asking you either. I'm gonna ask you maybe once and maybe twice, and then that's it. If you say you got it, you got it. Because my thing is this, we're adults, so I don't feel like I should have to chase behind you about something, especially if you say that it's important to you. But females are a totally different creature, man, and their issues are a lot different. Like a lot of the issues that women have, some women, first of all, let me preface this whole conversation, we're not talking about all women, for the two numbnuts that are out there that think we are. But I find like the issues that a lot of my female friends deal with are man issues. They're sad, almost died. They're sad, they're lonely, they're upset, and a lot of the times what they do, they end up settling for less. And it pisses me off because when you question them about it or ask them about it, they can't answer you. Well, and I'm like, yo, like you're calling me crying upset because you're putting yourself in this position. Why don't you put yourself in a different position? Pause. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to do that though. You want to have your cake and eat it too. But then it's like when it doesn't go your way, then what? And then it's like I'm not a I told you so type of dude, but it's like I mean, I told you that the stove was hot. You decided to touch it anyway. You got burned. Now you upset because you got 3rd-degree burns. So it's like, what did you expect? Type deal. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still love. We're still friends. But I need progressive friends. I need friends who want to do better, who want to help themselves, who want to avoid situations that were unfavorable to them in the past. Because if you ain't about moving forward and positivity and making changes for the better, then there's no place for you in my life. Yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, like, look how you and me are, man. Comic-Con, the Galaxy Brother. About to hang up. We the Galaxy Brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had that understanding, and it's cool to be able to be around someone, and chill with them that you don't have to even be around them all the time or see them all the time, but it's just like it's understood. Like, yo, this person got my back. I know I'm good when I'm with them. I know, you know what I mean, if something pop off, they got me. All that stuff, but it's hard to find that these days, man. And that's another thing. You got to treat your friends well when you have them. Too many people try to, quote unquote, well, I don't want to say, they don't do their friends right, and then they try to come back later.
Try to buy them off. Ugh.
Exactly, yo. What are you typing?
Huh?
I'm on fire. What? I said, what are you typing, yo? I hear that. Man,
working on my execution.
What?
Street Fighter.
Anyway, this dude's playing Street Fighter. That's pretty much it, y'all. I mean, I hope y'all got some gems from this. Y'all know I keep my shows pretty short. But I hope y'all picked up some gems and some jewels from this. Learned something from this. Treat your friends right. Treat people right. Take care of yourself. Love yourself, man. Those are like the most simple things to do. I mean, well, they're not always the most simple things to do. It takes a lot of work, but those are founding principles. And if you haven't, every once in a while, man, you got to stop and look at who you're dealing with, look at who you're talking to, look at who's in your life, and you got to make judgment calls. Sometimes it might be time for some people to go. Like, I just talked to one of my homegirls the other night, and she was like, I asked her, I said, oh, how's such and such doing? Oh, I don't deal with her anymore. Like, she was like, I love her, but I realized she wasn't good for me. And I said, yo, I'm proud of you. I said, I'm so proud of you, because some people, they just hold on to people for the sake of not wanting to be lonely. And and yeah, that comes at a price. And the price ain't always right. Oh.
Yeah, no.
Shut up. All right, yo, you got anything else you want to add, my brother?
Don't make something permanent if it's meant to be temporal.
Oh. What?
And that's another subject with what you just said, holding on to people, holding on to things. When we do that, what's the word? I got it. When we make things that are temporal, when we make them permanent and their purpose is only to be temporal, that's when depression comes in. Oh. Because now we're let down, but then we had the open door to, let them go. They were only meant to be in your life for a season, get you to one level. You were probably meant to get them to another level. Bada bing, bada boom. No love lost. Some people are just called to be acquaintances, constituents, but that doesn't mean they're gonna be your friend, be your compadre, your comrade in arms. That doesn't always mean that.
That's true.
Yeah, so many times we as a people have to know what is our purpose.
You said we the people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
What is our purpose when it comes to connecting to people? Connecting with people.
Yeah, that's true.
Some people just there just for a season. Some people are there for a lifetime. You got to know the difference. You got to know why they're there.
That is true. Some people don't want to know. Some people just don't want to be alone, yo. That kills me. It's like you can tell. It's like, I don't really like her. Or here's what gets me, yo. People who always say, I don't have nobody, or I don't have any friends, but you see them on social media, or every time you see them, they're with people. So I'm like, well, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Why right. That's why you can't get to the real. If you dwelling in the fake, you can't ever get to the real.
You out here preaching, Doc. Hold on.
Yeah, yo, you gotta cut people off, yo. You know.
Stupid.
You get them Xbox part. Even I'm. It's not even real people, but like even like on social media and like my video game stuff, some people send me requests to play. I'm not going. Can't deal with you.
Yeah. I don't know you like that.
Yep. Not even gonna open the door.
But you know what's funny? That right there is another can of worms when you bring in social media. Oh, just because you're a friend on my Facebook doesn't mean we're friends in real life.
It doesn't mean I want to go to every event with you.
Yeah, it's crazy, Doc. It's crazy. Oh, you like my pictures? All these 100 pictures? We friends now? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Gotta know the difference. Your acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
Not even that. Use social media people that I know.
Exactly. It's like, I don't even know you for real.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know you for real. But yeah, y'all don't get caught in the trap, man. That's all I can really say. Don't get caught in the trap. Y'all need to take some of this knowledge, man. It's free for now. I need to start charging y'all to listen to this podcast. No, I'm just playing.
Terrible.
But thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Shinwar, for being a part of the change and the evolution of the show from my experience.
Well, thank you for having me. It's about time.
Yeah. Yeah, we gonna have to do this again soon, man. We're gonna do this again soon. I got you locked in, man. I'm not gonna forget about you again, yo. My bad. But thank you all for listening, and we will see y'all next time. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of From My Experience. Peace.
Peace.